So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barr Neze, and this is Nezeville. Welcome to another interesting episode of the crazy week that was with Barr Neze. And guys, today I am not waiting until the end of the video to tell you all to subscribe to my channel. So if you're just seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching me from the window, come inside and subscribe. Hit the subscribe icon, turn on your bell notifications, and stay glued because on this channel we have so much dropping as it is hot to your amazement and entertainment. All right, let's go. So on today's video, I'm starting with the one and only story of this man. I call him this man because I sincerely do not know what names to call him. Despite being born Nicholas Jack Davies, this coconut head here goes by several aliases. Joshua, Wedo, Giorgio. There is no sweet Oyibo actor name that this guy has not claimed. For what reason, Kwanu, you may ask me? Just to scam, defraud, and blackmail vulnerable women all around the globe, all around the continent. So this Liberian man became very famous in the most negative way only a few months ago when Nollywood actress Empress Njama took to social media to give account of her ordeal that she had gone through in the hands of this man. So according to Empress, this man snuck into her life when she was at the most vulnerable stage of her life, when she just lost her best friend, fellow actress Ada Ame. She said she was empty, she was a wreck, and she had this vacuum that needed filling. And this man showed up like a knight in shining armor, ready and willing to fill up that void. But little did she know that he was a wolf in lamb's clothing. So according to her account, she eventually let this man into her life. She took him in. He was living in her own house in Abuja. Hey, Abuja boys. People have recruited this Liberian man to do what you had been doing to our Abuja sisters. It's all right. So this man moved into Empress Njama's house. She was responsible for his feeding, for his clothing, for accommodation, daily upkeep, just name it. Empress was taking care of this man as a mother would take care of a child. This man must have been recruited and groomed by an Abuja man. You know the Abuja pattern now. You know the Abuja boys. Where are you? Raise your hand in the comment section. Just raise it small. I will see you. Those Abuja boys that will come dressed in their Senegalese, looking all rich with expensive perfume and palm, always expecting contract money, always expecting money from importation and expectation, and they will keep borrowing money from you. Shishi. You will not see from that contract. They will be sucking you dry, ripping you off, posing as a big boy. Shishi. You will not see from them. That is the same pattern that this boy used on our darling Empress Njama. But her own case was even worse because despite all that she was doing for this man, he was abusing her on top of it. He was beating her up silly. Hey. He was beating her, he was abusing her, he was insulting her, he was intimidating her inside her own house. And when she eventually found the courage to run away, this man came out and started threatening to release both her nude videos and her nude photographs. And not only did he threaten, he made good his threats and he published the naked pictures and videos of Empress Njama. And I'm like, oh my God. I am angry right now. As in, my darling sisters in our late 30s, 40s, come forward. This lecture is for you. Listen to me. You see desperation? Desperation is just like pregnancy. It cannot be hidden. These men see it and they will take advantage of it. They will exploit you for it. I mean, when you get to that phase of all my friends have gotten married stage, all my friends have gotten married, you know the phase I'm talking about now. Mommy does not have any other discussion to have with you, but when are you bringing the man home? The pressure is mounting. Then any young man that comes into your life, you don't even properly evaluate him to know what his intentions are for you. You immediately start to pressure him on marriage. And when the man sees that you are so desperate for marriage, fire, the man will deal with you shege. So that is exactly what happened to Empress. So just imagine taking a man in, paying Abuja rent. Do you know what it is to pay rent in Abuja? If you are not in Nigeria, Abuja is the capital of Nigeria as a whole, and one rent in Abuja can buy a property in Abeokuta. So just imagine paying such rent, UK rent in Nigeria. You put a man under your roof and the man will be beating you on top of it, and after beating you silly, that or pure mango head will still drive your car. He will still pose with your property, use your money to chase other girls. Then in the night he will still mount you on top of it and grease your engine. Aru abomination. And you stay there and tolerate it for 1 second just because you are trying to manage to see whether I want to have a man, I want to get married. Hala, I am tired of this single life. You keep tolerating such thing. As in, it's so annoying. Like, she na winch or she na juju. Guys, say, we're not blaming here. We are not blaming. What has happened has happened. I'm just talking to potential victims. Shine your eye and say, Neze warned you. I warned you. Learn from Empress Njaba. So anyways, we thank God Empress found the courage to leave such a toxic relationship. Better late than never, right? So when she left, this guy came on social media boldly with his face showing, and he threatened to release her nude pictures, videos, footages that were obtained in the heat of passion, in the heat of the moment, in a relationship that a woman went into without any ulterior motives, with an open mind. This guy obtained footages just for the sole purpose of blackmailing this lady. And when he saw that Empress had left him for good, he published nude pictures and videos of her on the internet. Can you tell me the definition of a scumbag again? So this case, of course, it's a criminal case. Releasing naked pictures of people is a criminal offense. So are you listening to me? Of course, it is a criminal case, and this case was reported both to the Nigerian police force and the Liberian police force, and the manhunt was launched at him. And it was only then, when Empress's case blew up, that tens and tens of women, numbering more than 20, almost 30 women, began to troop into the police station to give account of the ordeal that they had passed through in the hands of this same man, how this same man will come into their life, pretending to want a love affair, pretending to want to marry them, and he will rip them off, he will sexually abuse them, he will blackmail them, steal from them, and dump them. Like, this is his profession. This is his career. This is what he does for a living. So while we were, encouraging women to come out and talk, we're like, you see why it's good to talk? Just one voice from Empress has opened hundreds of other voices. Can you see why it's not good to say, keep quiet? In our family, they don't used to rape us. Keep quiet. Sorosoke, speak up. You don't know whether your story will motivate other women to come up, and justice will eventually be gotten against a barbarian. Good. So amongst these women that George Kalakuta, whatever his name is, was said to have defrauded and taken advantage of and victimized, is Nollywood A-lister in EDO. My look-alike, my doppelganger, my twinny. Trust me, I was not happy to see Iniedo meddled in this mess, because you have to give it up for Iniedo. Yes, Iniedo got into a marriage, it didn't work, she came out of the marriage, and she had her daughter through surrogacy. Iniedo has pretty much been in her lane. She's not the kind of person that goes around looking for trouble or cheap publicity. She has just been on her own, quiet and gingerly. So I was not happy that this kind of mess came to her, but it happened. So in the crazy week that was, a video footage made it out to the internet showing this alleged scammer, Josh, on a video call with our dear Nigerian actress in EDO. And in that video, although the audio was muted, we could see them engaged in some kind of conversation. This publication also showed Iniedo's international passport as one of the items that were recovered from this man's phone gallery. And people were like, hello, Auntie Ini, what is going on here? Can you come out and explain in no more than 5 sentences? What is your international passport doing with this man? And why in the heavens are you on video call with him? So before we knew it, rumors started spreading like wildfire that Iniedo is one of this guy's victims, and matter of factly, he also has her nude pictures and videos in his custody. Iniedo has, however, come out to strongly deny having any form of relationship with this man. According to Ini, this man had approached her on a professional level, that he wanted a movie, blah, 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 casting, just movie, that he wanted them to work together on a movie. And of course, as a professional, she had to lend an ear to a prospective deal. But according to her, before she could say jack, this man started digressing and started talking about, I love you, I want you, I hate you, I can't live without you, you are the air that I breathe. And she was like, hello, what are you here for? Business or pleasure? And when she saw that the man was tilting more towards relationship and all of that, she cut him off and blocked him. That was the account of Iniedo. But a lot of people are like, Auntie Iniedo, yes, we love you. We love you. We appreciate you. We admire you. But on this one, we no go agree. We no agree. We don't agree with your explanation. I'm sorry, ma. First, they argue that if Iniedo had nothing to do with this man at all, why in the world does he have custody of her international passports? Secondly, why were they on video call? Hello, is video call now an avenue for two official conversations to happen? You only accept a video call from someone that you have some kind of relationship with. They believe that even women that are not even celebrities, are not in public eyes, do not even take video calls from strangers or people that they claim they don't have any kind of relationship with. They're like, just imagine you are in your room or you are out there and one strange guy, you don't know him from nowhere, just starts calling you on video call. Would you pick? They're like, no. You're supposed to cut the call and drop a message, hey, can we talk on audio? Or ignore it, not to start exchanging video call and you now say you don't know that person. So to many people, they do not believe in EDO's version of the story. So do let me know in the comment section, guys, what do you think about this? You for one, are you that person that do not mind taking a video call from a stranger? If a stranger calls you, especially of the opposite gender, calls you on a video call, would you accept it? Would you entertain the call? Would you pick it at all? Or do you think that, no, it doesn't happen? What do you think about accepting video calls from strangers? Because your response would bring us closer to unraveling this mystery. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. So really, a lot of fans and non-fans have been a lot disappointed in EDO as a whole for being involved in this kind of mess. They're like, they reach something, they pass something. You don't pass this kind of thing. As in, what are you doing in this mess? So a lot of people have been disappointed in EDO, while some people are like, hello, excuse me, what do you mean? She is a professional, and if this guy came offering some kind of professional offer, she had no option but to grant him audience. And as she said, as soon as he came with a relationship, she blocked him off. So what goes without saying is that this guy targets successful single women that are mature and possibly need companionship or need a man to complete their profile. So he profiles and targets these kinds of women and goes after them, maybe posing with a potential job offer and then sneak into their life, turn it into a relationship, get them to be comfortable with him, and then take advantage of them. I think that is his modus operandi. Anyways, glory hallelujah, this man has now been apprehended. He is cooling his feet in police custody, and as a matter of fact, he has been charged to court. He was charged on several counts bordering on fraud, rape, robbery, blackmail. In fact, the counts, hakanku, they are plenty, they are numerous. And if he is convicted on them, trust me, he could spend up to 15 to 20 years behind bars. But if you were thinking that this man will be some sort of, remorseful, sorrowful, withdrawn, regretful, repentant, sober, no. If you were thinking that was going to be his reaction after what he has done to tens of women all around West Africa, think again, because this man put up a show that nobody expected. When being taken to court, we could see him bouncing and smiling and walking so happily, so cheerfully, like an Oscar winner that was going to the stage to get his plague. He seemed so happy and proud of himself, like zero remorse. So a lot of people wondered what could be giving this man this kind of courage. Is it that he has some very high people in high places that he's hoping that would get him out of this mess? What is causing this man to be so brazen in the eye of this kind of storm? Okay, we are watching this case all the way from Nigeria. Our antennas are up in the highest frequency. We are watching, and we do hope that justice is served. And we hope that during conviction and sentencing, when the sentence is being read to him, we hope that he maintains the same level of energy and smiles and proudness to serve his jail term. We are watching. So moving on from that one, the next story is Kai. God, I have broken down. My muscles, my joints, my arteries and veins are weak. Oh God. I remember those days during our mommy's times. When you hear married woman or somebody's mother, it comes with this expectation. The expectation of wisdom, decorum, self-respect, and courage. You know what I mean? When you hear my mother is coming, you'll be looking to see a woman with dignity and self-respect. But now, I don't understand the quality or behavior of our modern day wives and mommies. I tell you, if you are still lost or confused, watch this video.
He was so nice, it was so juicy, it was so sweet. What? I am you! I am you! I am you, baby, I am you! I am you! I'm not trying to take I am you! You have to think I'm not here, I am you! I am am it. I am you. I am you. I am you. Come back.
So that video was released by Jane Mina. You know Jane Mina now. Don't you know Jane Mina? Jane Mina is Nigeria's #1 professional twerker. She twerks for a living. There was even a time that Jane Mina hosted a butt-shaking masterclass where girls paid money, hard-earned currency. Girls paid money from their bank accounts to go and learn how to twerk and shake their asses. Hey, I don't know. And guys, I'm not talking about strippers or professional dancers. I am talking about girls like me and you, students, job hunters, girls who sucked their mother's 2 breasts and ate food with pepper and ogiri, paid money and lined up for Jane's masterclass where Jane will teach them how to twerk. Chai, my eyes has seen pepper. So do you know the Jane now, or do you need me to describe her further? This same Jane Mina now, why you not understanding this Jane I'm talking about? The same Jane that Tonto DK told us about last year that she saw in her boyfriend's phone, Popogri. Tonto DK said she saw Jane's photograph and videos, both old videos and new videos of Jane in the act of kwakwerikwa with another man that was not her husband. She found that video on her ex's phone. No be me talking, na Tonto DK talk. So that is the Jane. Okay. So in this video that you saw now, it's opened with Jane Mina's husband lying comfortably on a bed in a place that seemed like their matrimonial home and matrimonial bed. And KORA OBIDI, do I need to introduce KORA too? Just as I've introduced Jane. If you have been following me on this channel, you should know all these people who subscribe now if you've not subscribed and turn on your bell notifications on. Okay, so KORA OBIDI is an American-based Nigerian dancer. She is a divorcee. She was married to Justin Dean. Their marriage ended up in a very bitter fashion, and they have 2 girls together. As a matter of fact, Justin dumped KORA only a few days after she had birthed their 2nd daughter. So that was how messy KORA's marriage ended. So in this video, KORA came into Jane Mina's room, scantily dressed, half naked, dancing romantically and seductively for Jane Mina's husband. Hey! You say waiting. And before we knew it, Jane sprang into the room, jumped on her husband, and started twerking in front of her husband, trying to overshadow KORA's twerk and get her husband to focus only on her. And while doing so, they were laughing and playing and jesting about the whole thing right in Jane Mina's home. And people were like, no. Give me a handkerchief, let me cry. Is this what marriage and motherhood is all about now? No boundaries, no limits. So these are people's mothers who would groom children for the society, for the next generation. It is finished. They were like, has the sanctity of marriage been so depleted to ruins? They rebuked Jane Mina for letting KORA into her matrimonial home to come and dance scantily for her husband. They fired shots at KORA also for even accepting to do such a thing. Even Jane Mina's husband himself was not spared. He was highly criticized and called an MU for surrendering himself to such ridiculous content. They believe that was such a very distasteful joke and everything should not be content. And that is how women go around messing up boundaries in marriages and relationships. And when it starts, also now they will take to social media and say, dear Auntie Bimbo, keep me anonymous. Dear Uncle Paul, keep me anonymous. This is how it starts. But when we are spoiling things with our own hands, we'll call it cruise. Don't even get me started on the story that trended last week of 2 besties. Two very, very close besties, always going around Lagos together, wearing dresses to match, visiting each other's house. And one was single, one was married. That single one now started dating the married one's husband. Serious dating that he now wants to leave his wife to marry the wife's best friend. When I hear that gist, when I know hear him, now so it starts. But for some others, they saw absolutely nothing wrong in what had happened. They contend that no 2 marriages are the same, and what might be repulsive to one marriage might be exciting to another. They argue that Jane and her husband had dated for 9 years and have been married for 4 years, a total of 11 years together, while you, that cannot keep a man for 6 months, is coming to give her relationship advice. Who are you again? They conclude by saying that KORA and Jane are very good friends. They trust each other, and for Jane to bring in KORA into her home to play such a joke, that means there is a very high level of trust that exists between both of them. So keep your holier than thou attitude far away from them and out of the window, as no one has the recipe for an ideal marriage, and to each their own. So do let us know what you think about this situation. Do you think that this is all shades of wrong and inappropriate, or do you think that, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it? As long as Jane knows that she has a very disciplined man and she also trusts her friend KORA, there is absolutely nothing wrong in that joke. Do share your thoughts down in the comment section. So guys, we have come to the end of a beautiful episode of a crazy week that was with Barrister Neze. Do let me get your reactions on these two stories down in the comment section. If you're yet to subscribe, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on your bell notifications, do drop your comments in the comment section and give this video a big thumbs up, and stay glued because we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in my next video. For now, bye.